Right, not too long ago someone was asking me about Pickaroons, or sappies as they're known in German. Now these are quite a common timber handling tool. They are very good and very handy, but you know, I don't really think you need to own one, especially if you're not working in a certain context. Now if you're only cutting small wood, you know, this size or less, it's much quicker and easier just to pick it up with your hand. But if you're handling bigger wood, they're very useful. Now I've seen some American designs for them and just like modified fire axes and whatever, but I think they're kind of shit, to put it bluntly. The design of the hook's not very good on them. It needs to be a very thin hook with a special curve to it, and the German ones are much better. This is from Oxenkopf, and it's a very good, well-made one. They're extremely sharp, and you don't need to put much force in to actually grab the wood. Whereas the fire axes, they're designed more for breaking stuff, and they've got a much more pickaxe kind of point on them, and they don't work as well. So there's a technique to use these. You can just use it for carrying, but if you want to throw the wood onto the trailer, what you're doing is you're putting in a very light hit, just enough to hold it but not to stick the spike deep. You're bringing the wood back, forwards, in that kind of motion. It takes a bit of practice, and I'm not very good at it yet, but it does speed up this a lot. If you can't do that, then it's quite a slow process of just carrying the wood up and then unsticking the spike. Now you get different kinds of these. You get quite short ones with like 14-inch handles, and they're quite good, but I don't really think they're that much better than picking it up off the ground. It gives you a slight reach advantage, whereas I think the optimum is roughly 60 centimeters. That gives you enough reach, so only bending down slightly, but it's not cumbersome in one hand. You know, you can get the ones of 80 centimeters, but they're more used for use with two hands and much bigger wood. Now, just a bit of safety with these. You have to really kind of treat them like an axe. I mean, it's not a blade, but it is a very, very sharp spike. So, you know, you don't want to be swinging towards yourself, because you'll stick in your shin, the side of your boot, and it will puncture very easily. So generally, you just kind of use the same rules as you use with an axe. And swing past yourself or away from yourself, not directly into you. If you want to hit something in front of you, you want to swing down. You know, something like hitting at this and glancing off. Glances aren't common with these, but they can happen, and they will put a pretty big hole on you, so you do have to watch yourself and not get complacent with these. I'll get it from here. Nice. I'd recommend one of these if you're dealing with a lot of firewood, particularly medium to larger stuff. But if you're dealing with smaller stuff, it's much quicker just to pick it up off the ground. You know, so consider getting one of these if you handle your firewood a lot. I tend to split on the ground a lot, so I'm dealing with small pieces and I just pick them up with my hands. But if you're dealing with bigger stuff and loading trailers and unloading trailers and working at log splitters, you really kind of need one of these. It makes it so much easier. But you know, your Mark 1 hands just as good as anything really.